evening to our esteemed viewers out there. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. My name is Alpha Joe. Salif Usman is also in studio with me on today's edition of the program.
Thank you, Ashwin.
On today's edition of the program, we'll begin straight from the home front where Super Eagles caretaker manager Augustine Eguavoen has said that the team must have the right mentality to earn a spot at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The three-time African champions are yet to win a game in the qualifying series as they currently occupy fifth position in Group C with 3 points from 4 games. However, the coach believes that the team can still make it to the Mundial, but insisted that they must fight for every point. According to him, he said it has to be with positive thinking for Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup. We have to approach every game like a cup final, and we have a big chance once we keep winning these remaining games, even if it were by 1-0. The Super Eagles will be away to the Amavubi of Rwanda when the qualifiers resume in March. Of course, coming from the caretaker manager, clearly, like he rightly said, yes, Nigeria yet to register, make any significant impact. But like you rightly said, if the team is ready to fight for every point, there's every chance of booking a ticket to 2026.
Yeah, I quite agree with him, and not just a World Cup ticket. Whatever you are doing, they say anything that is worth doing is worth doing it well. And whatever any mission you are embarking on, you have to do the right mentalities. And if you are not doing the right mentality and right focus, there's no how you can achieve this goal. And that's what led us to where we are. We started this qualifier as if that nothing was at stake. What was at stake? We start with Peseru. In first 2 matches, we managed to get a draw against Lesotho in EU, and then went to Kigali to play against Zimbabwe. We also get a draw, 1-1 draw. Then we now came to the immediate past Super Eagles coach, Philip the Judge, and we were held to a draw here by South Africa, and only for us to play away to Cote d'Ivoire against Benin Republic, and then lost the match 2-1. That has led us to where we are today. And if you look at even the group, in the group of 6 teams, and if you look at the group based on the pedigree of individual team in African football, and there's no any team in that group that can start Nigeria by on terms of football pedigree. South Africa, to some extent, even South Africa to some extent have relative pedigree. You cannot measure South Africa when you have to measure South Africa in Nigeria in terms of football achievement, but we are struggling. And just like say, yes, some people have automatically write Nigeria up that we don't have a chance to qualify again. But if you look at it critically, mathematically, we still have a reliable chance that if we, just like Eguavoen, if you approach the remaining matches well and with the right focus and with the right determination and everybody, when I mean by everyone, all stakeholders, right from the administrators to the fans to the journalists, everybody get committed to this cause. We must do the job, but however, we must pray for other results to also favor us. Because if you look at it, 7 points, South Africa and the Benin Republic are on 7 points, while we are just on 3 points. And yes, we still have a match against Benin Republic, and still have a match against South Africa. But all we need is for us to excel and qualify to escape on that group. We need to win all the remaining matches. And I hope that either Benin Republic or South Africa, Benin Republic and South Africa also drop a point. Despite beating them, drop a point against another opponent.
Right, you're very correct there. Let's move away from that now to the CHAN qualifiers now for the home-based Super Eagles who will discover their opponents in the qualifiers for the 2024 CHAN. That's next week, Wednesday, October 9th. The draw will be conducted at CAF's headquarters in Cairo, Egypt. Ahead of the finals, 2 rounds of qualifiers will take place on a home and away basis, while the first round of the qualifiers will be played on the weekend of 25th to 27th October, while 1st to 3rd November 2024 will see the return leg. Second round will hold between 20 to 22nd December and 27th and 29th December. CAF is expected to communicate details and procedures for the draw. This time around, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania will host the tournament between the 1st to the 28th of February. Of course, one other tournament where you would have expected Nigeria to make a mark in it, but seems to be one tournament where Nigeria has always seemed to struggle
Yeah,
to make an impact.
yeah, and if you just like you say, yeah, it's one of the tournaments that Nigeria has always struggled to make an effort. And if you look at since the inception of that competition, the only time we make a principal impact was Morocco. I can't remember the exact year. What can't remember the exact year. Well, in Morocco when we get to the final, and
I think it
eventually
was Morocco.
It was in Morocco, but I can't remember the exact year now. Where we eventually lost in the final. Apart from that, even the first two editions, we were not even able to even qualify for the competition. I mean, as well, the last one we couldn't also qualify. So, but I also if you look at do you need certain qualifying, and I hope that one thing that the current NFL board have done, in my own view and in my own thinking, that I thought is right, is the pronouncement that Eguavoen and his technical crew also take charge of that team. To me, that is a good opportunity. That's also give now Eguavoen and his crew will are now being mandated to ensure that they have to watch the league, because we are going to play this competition not by a player within the continent of Africa, not any player that is playing outside Nigeria, outside Africa will not qualify to play. So definitely definitely compel Eguavoen and his coaching crew to watch around the local league, and to make the advantage are enormous. That also give an opportunity probably to discover a player that they feel that can also bring into the Super Eagle. And here you're talking about our relative not too impressive performance in that competition. You shouldn't be surprised, because if you look at it, a whole lot of factors contributed to it. And you look at our club our participants at the club level in the continent. What are we doing? We're not doing well. Now we are just at the preliminary stage of the CAF Champions League and the Confederation Cup. Out of the 14 from Nigeria that went to the Confederation Cup, 3 are already out. Both the two teams in the Champions League, Remo Star and Enugu Rangers, are already out at the preliminary stage, not even at the group stage yet. At the preliminary stage, they are already out of the competition. You only remain CAF, Enyiba, and Bruno, who get the continental premier on based on their victory at the Cup, are also away just by one match. Now you only remain Enyiba, who to some extent have some little pedigree, and notwithstanding their performance at the local league, but in terms of the continent, Enyiba has a relative name in the continent. Maybe that name, and that some people say it's already in their, maybe it's in their DNA. They have a pedigree to withstand the pressure from other smaller teams in the continent, and all those things. The problem is all encompassing, because we are in a situation in the country where the economy is not doing well. We are in a situation where a little things will attract a players within the Nigerians to move out of the country. You can see here, like yesterday, I saw there was a video about many Nigerians who are languished in prison in Mali. So when the chairman of the diaspora commission, David David, was trying to respond to that, he was trying to say that he cited some people he cited in that prison were brought back by chief of defense staff about sometimes ago from the same Mali, and he wonder how they find their way back again. And we were trying to analyze it. But in as much as it's very painful the way I began trying to analyze it, and the question that the government should ask: why are people interested? Japa has become the syndrome now. Everyone wants to japa because people feel the economic of the country is not favorable. They are not comfortable in the country, and people want to live at all means. The same thing goes to our football. Somebody know how to kick a ball, just to pass and move the ball around the pitch. The next thing his target is to move to Niger Republic. Somebody calling from Niger or calling from Benin Republic. Say, I beg, come to the Benin Republic. You quickly move to the Benin Republic. For instance, okay, let's assume now, just in a relative analysis, if you are playing in Nigeria League, you are earning 500,000 naira as a player, and somebody call you from Benin Republic, or call you from Benin Republic or from the Mali, and say, okay, come to Mali, we are going to pay $1,000. I don't think you need to think twice before you make that move, because in your mind, anyone going there to earn $1,000 and earn 500,000 is not the same. $1,000 compared to Nigeria is about 1.7 million now. With that alone, you sink into their brain to quickly move. But one thing they fail to calculate that going there, the conditions playing any 1,000 and the condition playing at home and 500 it can never be the same. Your expenses there can never be the same. The expenses in Nigeria, and that is why. And to me, that is why our club find it difficult to have a sound players to compete with the other African countries. And the same thing is affecting the national home-based team.
All right, to the MPFL results now. Some matches were played yesterday. Actually, two matches, if I'm not mistaken. It was Ayimba versus Aqua United and Bendel Insurance, who took on Shooting Stars in that one. Of course, at the end of 90 minutes, Ayimba still. Ayimba won that one over Aqua United. Larry Waju doing quite well. The young coach, I think currently the youngest coach in the MPFL, if I'm not mistaken, who took over from Trinity George. Then, of course, Bendel Insurance also winning 1-0 over Shooting Stars in that one.
Yeah, good one. Congratulations to Imba. And just like I say, Imba, whether we like it or not, Imba is a household name in Nigerian football, and it's not because of, in my view, not because of some management, our lack or lackadaisical attitude to certain things and the managerial problem. Imba is supposed to be in the level of Al Ahly, in the level of the Sudan of South Africa, and several African people are here.
Of course, one other match will also take place today. This will be between Enugu Rangers and Bayelsa United. Looks to be an interesting one, if you ask me.
Cool.
That will be today. Enugu Rangers versus Bayelsa United in the outstanding NPFL match. Alright, let's move away from that now to some other news where Senegalese coach Ali Cisse has stepped down from his position as the head coach after 9.5 years in charge of the team. Of course, he had led the team to the 2022 African Cup of Nations, and reports say his previous contract ended in August, but he remained in charge for Senegal's two 2025 AFCON qualifiers last month, a 1-1 draw against Burkina Faso and a 1-0 victory over Burundi. The country's football federation wanted Cisse's deal to be renewed, but reports say the sports ministry made a decision to end his long tenure just 9 days before the next round of qualifiers. Well, no reasons were actually given for terminating his contract, but I mean, for me, the shoddy way it was done leaves much to be desired.
And most especially where he's coming from the government officials. But one thing that I also read in one version on the media, online media, that the reason why the federation felt that he shouldn't renew his contract, because if you look at the Senegalese team under Papa Sisi, either you like it or not, you give it to him. He has done well to measure the African coach. He was one of the African coaches that were able to win AFCON as an African coach. And after winning the AFCON coach in Cameroon 2001, one would have expected that going to the World Cup, Senegal have a very relative share to excel at the World Cup, but unfortunately the easily done to their main man, robbed them negatively of their performance in the Qatar 2022 World Cup. And then coming back to the last AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, there was also high hope that if there's any team going to that competition, Senegal was seen as a tournament favorite. And they actually started well in the first group. In their first group, they winning all their strength, winning all their matches. But unfortunately, going to the knockout stage, they couldn't sustain that momentum from the group stage, and then they get eliminated in the quarter final. So they get eliminated in the quarter final, second round. So they get eliminated in the knockout stage, and then that didn't go down well with some of the officials of the federation, and people now begin to be that, so sometimes. In as much as sometimes it sounds good that the more you stay, the more it becomes sweeter, and the more you become more experienced. And at the same time, there's also another law that if you stay long on the particular seat, the diminishes the tendency for a diminishing return. And some of them begin to see that maybe CC has begin to lose focus. And particularly if you look at the stats, withdraw their first man, then win the way to Burundi. But this and this, to me, either you like it or not, Papa Cisse, he has made his mark, and he is the first coach to give Senegal their first major title. So now it's for another person to come and equal his record, or probably set another record. So whoever is coming to succeed, you know that he has a big shoot to step in.
Right, let's go to Europe now, where, of course, looking at the Champions League, we begin straight from yesterday's matches, where, of course, Nigeria's own Ademola Lookman still continues to seems to have left off from where he stopped last season, with, as he was named man of the match in Atalanta's win over Shakhtar Donetsk 3-0. He was, and Atalanta once again Ademola Lookman on the score sheet, while he also provided some assist. Good one for Ademola Lookman. 3-0 it was. to know that it was even an away match for Ademola Lookman. I mean, what an impressive season he had, and what an impressive season he has continued to have.
Yes,
Continuing this season.
obviously I'm excited. I'm excited that Ademola Lookman is a Nigerian, and I'm excited that he also makes the right decision to switch. His allegiance to Nigeria from a true lion. And if you look at that goal he scored yesterday, fantastic goal, and very few players on the planet can be able to score that kind of goal yesterday. And fantastic players, and is beginning to lay a claim to the saying going around that yes, is the potential winner of the Africa Best Player of the Africa Best Player Award, except something otherwise happen or politics happen. If you're looking at the African players within around the globe at the moment, based on their performance from this last season and up to this moment, there's no any player that we can still measure it to Ademola Lookman in terms of achievement. Although even though our own his compatriot Victor Boniface is also challenging him that yes, he deserves to win the award compared to Ademola Lookman based on his own performance for Bayer Leverkusen last season. So, but another thing you know that what I put Ademola Lookman give Ademola Lookman edge other than another African player is his inclusion on the Ballon d'Or nomination. The only
Don't forget the Europa League final score. He scored a hat-trick.
He scored a hat-trick in the Europa League final, and
it's
a major tournament. And that is that even give him nomination into a Ballon d'Or, a Ballon d'Or list, and being the only African players on the Ballon d'Or list. And we have to say how CAF we're going to decide, but ultimately. By maintaining this consistency, it clearly showed that scoring that goal and that hat-trick was not just a fluke. And he came to the African, he excelled well with the Super Eagles, and he's still excelling. The last World qualifier, he also had the fantastic performance he had with the Super Eagles. So at the moment, he's gradually laying a claim to the African football, and congratulations to him for that fantastic performance yesterday again.
Of course, other matches were played also starting from Tuesday. Of course, the big one, Arsenal against PSG. Playing at the Emirates, and it was 2-0 in favor of Arsenal. Mikel Arteta facing his former club, once played for PSG at some point in his career, but fantastic result for Arsenal. It was 2-0. It was in that one.
Yeah, fantastic result for Arsenal, and it's like Arsenal they started the game and get what they want, scoring 2 early goal, 2 quick goal, and they were able to hold on to that goal and then to get all the 3 points from that. Their first victory in the new format Champions League. But after I must confess, I don't really enjoy this new format of the Champions League. It looks so very clumsy. But let's see how it goes. But obviously, to me, in my view, the team looks so very confusing. It doesn't sound the way the Champions League used to be.
No, I think it's been made to be a proper league now because I felt since it's a league, the group stage, you ever felt it should be played like a proper league. But at the end of the day, we'll see how it pans out. Of course, yesterday, defending champions Madrid were also in action. Not a good day in the office for them. They lost, surprisingly 1-0 to Lille in that one yesterday.
Yes, that's a fantastic result yesterday. And if you look at the Madrid setting at the moment, nobody expects Madrid. Nobody's even hoping that Madrid will lose any match, but not to even lose to a club like Lille. And well, that is football. There is always upset in the football, and at the same time, Bayern Munich also suffered another surprise defeat yesterday.
Yeah,
so these are so two shocking results that come from the Champions League for this week.
Of course, AC Milan too were on the losing side, if I'm not mistaken, 1-0.
And then
they lost.
Yes, Juventus also had a fantastic performance with a 10-man, and then we came from behind to win 2-2. Fantastic result there. And then our own African man again, Mo Salah, was on the score sheet fantastically. It's like Salah, when everybody thought Salah is already getting over, this season Salah has clicked well and he's excelling.
Yeah, completely. All right, let's move over from that now to the MLS, where, of course, Messi has once again extended his record as the most successful footballer with his 46th trophy. The Inter Miami player enhanced his record as the most decorated footballer of all time with Inter Miami's Supporters Shield triumph. This follows a 3-2 win at the Columbus Crew on Wednesday, with Messi scoring twice in the game. The trophy is awarded to the team with the best regular season record in the MLS campaign. Recall that Messi rewrote the history of books after leading the team to the League's Cup glory in the summer of 2023 and also winning the Copa America with Argentina just earlier in the year.
Yeah, congratulations to Lionel Messi. What else can no one say about Lionel Messi again? He has achieved all he needed to achieve and he's keep on keeping the record going, even while his main rival Ronaldo has come out to say that he doesn't care about the personal record anymore. He's more concerned about team record.
I mean, because at that time for both players, both seen it all, done it all. Of course, with that we'll move over straight to the EPL, where of course interesting matches will be on this weekend. Of course, first off will be Crystal Palace, who will be taking on Liverpool in the early kickoff on Saturday, while Arsenal will be at home to Southampton. Brentford will take on Wolves, while for Man City they will host Fulham. West Ham will take on Ipswich Town newcomers, while Leicester City will host Bournemouth. Newcastle will travel all the way to Goodison Park to take on Everton, while United will be away to Aston Villa. For Chelsea, it will be a date at Stamford Bridge with Nottingham Forest, while Brighton will take on Tottenham in that one.
Yeah, fantastic period again. But my view, if you look at that features, the match that I would like to spend my weekend with, but that's the match against Liverpool Crystal Palace. I want to see how the table toppers will begin to either they'll have what it takes to sustain the pressure to remain at the top. And Crystal Palace are always a team that always give you a shock where you don't ever expect. And at the same time, Man City Fulham is also an interesting encounter. Because we look at Man City, who from this season they have fantastic, they are doing well. And Man City two games now without a victory, so one will see how they are going to respond this weekend. And at the same time, Manchester United ended the weekend on a losing note, a terrible defeat for them, and who has also called to question the technical know-how of Ten Hag. Either he's going to stay on the job or no. Now he has another opportunity to submit his job than to prove not this time not only Manchester United faithful to football, for lockers of football around like that game, that yes, he has what it takes to still be at the stand at the Old Trafford when he visited Aston Villa. And Aston Villa is not a non-nonsense team, looking at the way they have achieved under Emery. So at the has a very good start on his hand this weekend, and he must ensure it's a match that he must ensure he get the result. If he doesn't get the result, I think the pressure will be more.
Of course, also Everton will be against Newcastle. Everton seem to have begin to
after starting the first two match after post time, it's like they begin to get their ass together.
Yeah, Newcastle too, not the Newcastle we saw
last season.
Last season looks like beginning to be a bit shaky, and coming up against Everton at Goodison Park will be one to watch. Of course, Brighton Tottenham, that should be a London derby. It's another tough match. I mean, Brighton has always been a tough test for anybody, irrespective of how you see it. And of course, it will be Chelsea.
Yes, Chelsea
will be up against Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest. Well, I'm not saying they are not saying they are doing badly, but this season they are yet to prove they really gel well.
Right. Of course, interesting matches to watch. Of course, also there will be some Europa League tonight also, where of course United in action against Porto, away to Porto. Of course, another that should be one to watch. Another match because from what
our own man Vitosino will be missing action when his team take on because of the injury in the last match.
All right, so here on Sports Orbit, we'll keep an eye on that one, and hopefully we'll give you a complete review of that and other sporting events as they happen all over the globe on Monday. With that, we draw the curtain on today's episode of Sports Orbit. We'll be back again on Monday with another exciting edition of the program. Do join us once again. Thank you for being in the studio once again.
Thank you, Ashley.
Until we come your way, do have a wonderful time. My name is Alpha Cho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.